everybody, this is Rose of Sharon, and I'm back again with another book review. I just read Revolution Sunday by Wendy Guerrera, which is translated by Aki Obejas. And this is actually her 5th book. There's a little bit of a bibliography on the very last page after the poems that Cleo actually wrote. She was born in Havana, Cuba, where she was an actress, radio, television host, and protege of Gabriel Garcia Marquez. She won the Bruguera Novel Prize, in '06. She came under surveillance by Cuban intelligence and was removed from her television job. And what's funny is there's a little bit about that in this particular book. It's a totally different story. And it's really quite intriguing. There's a lot of action and adventure and sex involved when her character goes undercover as a spy, basically. But it's absolutely incredible. It's one of the best books I've read in a long time, and Che Guerrero is mentioned as well. And of course, everybody remembers what Che did, and actually, I really have a lot of respect for Mr. Guerrero. He's one of my heroes, and a lot of people are like, you like a revolutionary? And I thought, yeah, well, he was brave. He stood up for what he believed in. It might have not been the completely right course of action to take, or the most noble of causes, but I think that he transformed a lot of Havana's landscape, and the way that she describes Cuba itself is not sugarcoating anything, which I really like. It's sort of like if you've seen the movie Boy in the World, which takes place in Brazil, you get to see the slums, and you get to see the slums for what they really are, even though it's a really colorful film, and there's no speaking in it except maybe a little smattering of Portuguese here and there, but it's a movie that's done with music and sound and color, which is very unique. I've seen a few like that. There really aren't that many words spoken, but just due to the depiction of Rio's slums, it's really quite a contrast between the colorful world that the boy actually sees in his imaginary, fantastical, creative mind. This is absolutely sensational, and I really enjoyed reading it, even though it was woefully short. And I like these poems. I'm going to read some of her poems. It's actually Cleo's poems. That she was known for being a poetess, so that was her claim to fame within the breadth of the tale itself. Excess baggage. If they let me take everything I miss, if they let me take the island and the miracle, I'd have no place to return. I wouldn't come back to myself or to memories of you. It's deep. Cage within. As she who is I wants to open the cage that separates me from the living, but we were already, yes, a bit dead, what with everything and birds hungry for light, dead from all the silence in us, darkness, you have reached us, ready to predict from learned confinement. I strive to translate with vigors my letters engraved on the body. And all of these poems are quite stark, but just beautiful in how she uses her vocabulary. I like this Eskimo promise. For you, I'll leave the snow and ski sand. I'll ski on sand. I won't write graffiti on ice. I'll have a western accent and summer clothes. My teeth will not soften any flesh but yours. My scent will disappear into your clean lavender. And like the sturgeon drops her caviar, I'll drop my name, forget the ritual of the igloo, the woman and the captive. I'll look at the melting ice as if it were water from my sacks. I won't give away what's yours to strangers at the end of the night. I'll stay in near bed, dodging the fire. I'll erase both bait and fish from my mouth. I'll free the dogs from the sled. I'll try to forget the banishment from ice. We'll winter together while winter pains us, over the edge of the iceberg, traveling on the white isle. There's a frozen tear from my mother, and your father's pleading whisper. Perhaps amnesia would be better. Though everything may seem from another world, we'll hunt together. It's an Eskimo promise. A lot of them have to do with just the intimacy of sex itself and the camaraderie. Well, I shouldn't say camaraderie, just the interplay between bodies in and of themselves. She talks about that quite a bit in the book with the encounters that she has, and they're very, very vivid. I thought, am I reading an Eros here for a minute? But it felt like an Eros, but just the way that it's described is absolutely beautiful. It reminded me of Anne Rice and just how sumptuous the wording was. It made you feel kind of voyeuristic in a way. But like I said, it was a very short book, but I did enjoy everything that I read. Till next time, live long, prosper. Ciao, tutti.